right, Shalom. Hello, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Kakradash. Shalom, salutations and double honors to the elder apostles of GMS on down. Shalom to the speckled bird, the confused space, the Akim Allah, the Akim on the highways and byways, and last but not least, the elect. This is an in-transit video on my way to camp. And, decided to hit the button and talk a little bit about belief, man. 2 Timothy, and as well as other books, talks about how bad times are coming in the belief and blasphemers and lovers of their own selves, and just a lot of unbelief coming. Damn. A lot of wickedness is happening, and it's going to continue to happen. And we got to be praying to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that He has mercy on us, man, because things about to get real bad out here. Now I truly understand the term broken record, because I'm saying this every day, and every day I'm saying this is every day we're closer to these things about to happen, and our people don't pay attention enough to what's really going on, and the Most High is going to get ready to judge this place. So it's very important. It's almost the only thing on believing in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, believing in Yahushai, believing in the scriptures as they are. A lot of people claim to be believers, and they claim to fear the Most High and everything else, but they actions show you different. They don't love the Most High. They don't fear the Most High. They don't want to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. They want to do what they want to do and be happy and comfortable in doing it. And now we're coming into the time where things are about to get way out of hand, to where people are going to be begging and praying to whatever gods they pray to, wishing things would be better or go back to the way they used to. And that's what the problem is for a lot of people, especially here in Babylon, is that they want things, or they think things are going to eventually go back to the original state. But there's such a wicked, evil spirit out here, man. Like the scriptures say, again, men are going to be lovers of their own selves. They don't believe in anything other than doing what they want to do. And the scriptures talk about them, kind of satisfying their flesh and blood. And that's all it's about. So now, in between time, some of these other prophecies are taking place until, the main one, which is the MOTB, and Yahushai coming back, takes place. So, you got to believe. If you don't believe, then most likely you're going to be to the point where you're going to convert, or you're going to take that sea hip, and you're going to be destroyed in the lake of fire. This is Acts 21 and 20, and it reads, "And when they heard it, they glorified the Lord, and said unto him, Thou seest, brother, how many thousands of Jews there are which believe, and they are all zealous of the law." So zealous is like let me see something. I went to the Etymology, etymology, and it says zealous is a course of action, a passionate ardor in pursuit of an objective, right? So like zealous can be eager, a noble passion, a desire. And that's what the apostles were saying in chapter 21, verse 20 in Acts, that there's a passion, thousands who believe in the Lord and believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Now, understand too that Israelites are scattered all around the world, especially in those times, in the ancient times, in the ancient world. Israel, Jake was scattered all around places where the other nations dwelled, especially like the Edomites, which were in Rome and in Greece, and they dwelled there in those places with them. So this is why St. Paul and the other apostles as well, they went out to teach the Jews who were Gentiles, not by blood, but by the upbringing and the mentality. They thought and act and carried themselves like Gentiles, kind of like similar to this day, what's going on to this day. Acts 24:14. But that I confess unto thee, that after the way which they call hearsay, so worship I the power of my fathers, believing in all things which are written in the law and the prophets. So the prophets, if you believe in the scriptures, then you believe what the prophets have wrote. A lot of people like to come off and say, oh, well, the white man wrote the book, and so-called white man wrote the book, and it was tampered with, and they messed with it this many times, and King James was a fanook, and this, that, and all these things, instead of just having faith and believing in the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, knowing that he's all powerful, and the message he wanted to get to you, it directly comes to you. They don't get that, they don't see that, they don't understand that. This is why a lot of y'all gotta go, man, because y'all don't realize that y'all on the opposite side against Yahweh Shem Yahushua instead of with him. Ecclesiasticus 32:24. He that believeth in the Lord hath heed to the commandment, and he that trusteth in him shall fear never the worst. Yeah, now, in this flesh and blood, we go through, things, and we feel some kind of way about certain things, but, it doesn't take away our belief in our faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And I'm not going to say that I can't speak for everybody. Not that I believe in the worst, but, when adversity hits, it puts me more in the state of praying more to the Most High and asking for mercy more, to take these things away from me, or to actually protect me in the things that I'm dealing with, you know what I mean? Because that's ultimately, what you're dealing with. You're dealing with hard times, and the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, is trying you. So you should really, as the scriptures say, you should be rejoicing. That's how it lets me know. People kill me when they think they know the scriptures, and I realize y'all don't know the scriptures. Y'all just be talking, and y'all don't know what you're talking about. And people are always upset and angry and wanting to fight and all kinds of stuff, man. It just shows you that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is not dealing with a lot of these people that claim to be part of the law. They're wicked as hell. This is Sirach 32:24, and it reads, He that believeth on Yahweh Shem Yahushua taketh heed to the commandment, and he that trusteth in him shall fear never the worst. I just read that one. Salaki. John 3:16. For the Most High so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Now, we've covered this many a times on the word world and the understanding of it, and the true breakdown of what the scripture's talking about. But it's about believing in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. number one. Everything else is irrelevant. You can try to start an argument or create or make a debate about how Babylon, how the world is for everybody, but the scriptures definitely clarifies and breaks down that it's not for everybody. It's only for the world of Israel, and I'm just going to leave it with that. But you have to believe in the names Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. And I'm starting to realize too, what I'm seeing is that a lot of people don't realize how important the names are, because they have been taught over and over and over and over again the false names of the Lord and His Son. And so you can tell them, but it doesn't stick with them. They don't get it. And because they don't get it and it doesn't stick with them, they end up not truly worshiping the Lord, nor do they care to the right way, the 100% way. They rather stick with what they know and be comfortable with it, And it's an uncomfortable feeling when you're being taken out of your comfort zone. That I can definitely speak about, But for me, the Wadi Yahweh Shai that I understand the scriptures enough to understand that when you're going through adversity, this is a good thing, So it's almost like I rejoice. It's like I don't know if this is a good analogy. It's almost like a so-called white person, so-called white young male, right? Who's influenced by Jake music and their terminology, being called a nigger. You know what I'm saying? It's like they take pride in like, did you hear? He called us a nigger. We're niggers. So almost like kind of similar for me is like going through things, being in this truth. It's an indication that Yahweh Shai is purging you. He's dealing with you. So, I get happy about that, even though it doesn't feel good right at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Because you're still in this flesh and blood, And you have to, you really have to really be rooted deep. And this should be your everyday, all-day thing. Even though you got things you got to do in the world and take care of, there should be nothing that, when I wake up in the morning, one of the first things that's on my mind is the Lord and His Son, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Wa Yahweh Shai. And I'm praising Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Wa Yahweh Shai. And also, throughout my day, the simplest things I think about brings me to the understanding of recognizing, referencing Yahweh Wa Yahweh Shai. I may be drinking water, and I think about the Lord on how He made water to get us through our day. You know what I'm saying? Versus the poisoning that these devils have us into and do to us. So it's just so many different things that you gotta acknowledge and appreciate with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and be grateful and thankful that He's waking you up to these things. You know what I mean? And I am. And every day I try to please the Most High by, trying to do this work and trying to walk in the Lord's statutes, commandments to the best of my ability. John 7:38, St. John. He that believeth on me, as the scriptures hath said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. Now that living water is what? These scriptures, right? Because these scriptures are living water. These scriptures come to life. And when these scriptures are embedded into you, it quickens you, it brings you to life, And there's nothing like that. When you have that, you're on the right path, you're doing the right things. Even though there's going to be some slip-ups and trip-ups and adversity, the best thing that you can know is that the Most High is purging you. He's correcting you, and that's what you want. A true man of wisdom appreciates the correction, while a man that's unrighteous, roughly paraphrasing scriptures, while an unrighteous man, he hates correction, You know what I mean? He's very proud, you know? There's a lot of those guys out there. And it puts me in the position of knowing that I don't even do too much talking to people no more. You know, I've learned, because I used to be super zealous, you know, first coming into this truth, because I want everybody to teach. I want everybody to learn and know what I know and understand what I understand and be excited as I am about this word. But the Most High doesn't want it up. He doesn't have it set up that way. And he's only looking for his elect. He's not looking for everybody. So, you know, sometimes I got to catch myself getting caught into certain debates and conversations defending the gospel, but then I catch myself and recognize that, you know, that person, the Most High don't want him to understand this truth, you know. It's just what it is. The last scripture I got is Titus 3:8, and it reads, "There is a faithful saying, and these things I will that thou affirm constantly, that they which have believed in the Most High might be careful to maintain good works. These things are good and profitable unto men." Unto what kind of men? An Israelite man only. Okay? So you have to believe in this word in order for you to do this work too, you know. And the ones that claim that they are or do believe, they lying to you. And the Most High is definitely you're gonna see, man. Just be patient, enduring to the end. You're gonna see how the Most High is going to bring judgment to a lot of people. So you should fear the Most High, and you should do what you're supposed to do every day, knowing that, you know, He doesn't need you at all. And in order for you to continue to stay in this, you know, you got to be diligent. You got to be working. You know, ain't no, I'm gonna take the day off because I don't feel good or I don't. No, you working every day. Okay. So I'm about to say you're edified with the lesson, real quick in transit. With that, I'm gonna say Kohalo Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakaha Kradash Shalom, salutations and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone on down, and Shalom to the elect. Shalom.